Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to the weekly review special for week 11 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week I brought in 4,280 points, considering we had 1,000 points being wiped off the board after last week. Scoring 400 less than a week ago is a pretty good week. We increased our total by 600 otherwise. Best round score of 4,699 was last week's score, as we have not bettered that, but it's only been 1 week since then. Current virtual best is 5,353, up from last week's 5,161, and the all-time virtual best is unchanged at 8,903 points. Breaking down the games individually, in Pro Cycling Manager, we have Career Mode, 384 points there. Not a big increase from last week, but that's because we were in the middle of the Giro d'Italia. We are now just 2 stages away from the conclusion of that, so we will have that in the next episode. And then we'll have a big jump in points regardless of where we finish. We were in the lead at the beginning of the week. We slipped to 3rd place over the last couple of episodes as our opponents are just superhuman and we're really struggling. We're on the hardest difficulty level and they just have stamina that we cannot match. In the Champions Series, new season, and we're flying already. 337 points. Right on the cusp of the career mode one. We are leading the World Tour rankings like 4-1 compared to everybody else at this point in the season. But we do have some limitations, and we will see those, and we'll see that gap shrink significantly. But we'll also see that 735 from last season come crashing down as we are killing it in the World Tour right now. In the Women's Tour, new season, and just 34 points. Those are the 2 games that had the 1,000 points drop away, the 735 and the 301. And we already replaced 370 points of that. So pretty good coverage so far. Well over a third made up in just a week. Well, anyway, the Women's Tour at 34 points. I'm actually expecting a bit of a struggle this season. 34 is not a bad total at this point. But this new season, we lost our top 2 riders. And our replacements just not on the same level. And right now the team is lacking high-end quality. But a lot of the field is still beatable. And so we're still stringing together some results. And I mean, 34 points is not a bad way to start the season. In Zwift, nice little jump this week, 242 points up from 204. A couple of reasons for that. A, my fitness is improving. Everything came down a little bit further. Lost a little over a pound, lost a little bit of my other metrics. And then also within the app of Zwift itself, made significant progress. 5 achievements, mostly route finishes, or a few of those are route finishes, and then leveled up a few times. So some points accumulated that way. In FM21, I'm done with both of those, but I'm not done with FM21. I'm going to go ahead and replace both with a new series. Worst to first finishes at 402 points. In worst to first, we finished the 5th tier, absolutely crushing it, heading for League 2, got to the 5th round of the FA Cup, and we're just too damn good. And there's never going to be a level. The experiment worked much better than expected. And even in that very first season where we struggled for a while and then pulled through and became really good, it's been cruise control ever since. And a lot of the audience hasn't been terribly interested in seeing us just literally blow everyone away. And it's a trend that's going to continue. It's a team that's going to be unbeatable. Because by the time we reach the Premier League, they're all going to be at that 200 ability and destroy everyone there as well. So the balancing is off and they'll never hit what they need to hit when they need to hit it. And so there's just no competition. Too tough for us. So we're just too damn good. So that's why we're done there. But in the 0 to hero, 295 points, and that one has stalled out. We've stalled out in the National League. We're heading into our 4th season in the National League, and with the parameters that I laid out for that one, unless I change the rules, we're not going anywhere. We're a club that has a little bit of financial trouble, a club that's not making the money that it needs to make, and so in order to make the money, the board just keep selling all of our players. We lost 8 players last season and then made the promotion playoffs, and it was awesome. And maybe one of these days we'll squeeze our way into the league too. But it's totally stalled out at this level because we can't retain our players and we don't have the finances to or the methods to convince the board otherwise. And it's gotten frustrating and it's not going anywhere. So we move on to a new experiment. The Perfect Manager coming soon. Gladiator Manager, the third of the week to finish. That was finished back on Monday. 610 points was the final. Good jump from last season's 515. And 100 of those 95 points, all but 5 the opposite way, came from moving up to a higher division. We had a similar record to last year, but we dropped 5 points from where we had been, but otherwise did the same sort of thing. Even with quick simming the entire season, we could have done the same with Division 2 for the next season. In terms of the game, we had it fairly well figured out. Top division might have been a different story, could have been much more challenging, and eventually we would have hit that point where that would have happened. But the way the mechanics are set up, we knew the ins and outs, and we just kept getting the best fighters and picking the right fighters and getting good results. All-time virtual best side, no changes. Gladiator Manager on the outside looking in moved up 1 spot from 21st to 20th with that increase of 95 points. Of course, it's now going into retirement, so that's going to be out, and we're going to have to promote one of our others, which, of course, the 2 FM21s are going to be out as well. So we're looking at Women's Tour and Zwift, the only other current active series, but we're adding in a new FM21. But of course, it's going to take a while for that one to start accumulating points. Also, I have another series that's going to start next week as well. So 3 out, 2 in. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.